close, very close to contact. That had to be so close. Smoking in to the mark. It's game on. Here's an awesome race in towards the bottom gate. Have a go at the speed, 43 knots. This team is absolutely on fire.
Hello and welcome to all of you eSailing fans around the world. Welcome to the eSailGP 2020 pop-up qualifier. What an exciting day we had yesterday. 24 hours to qualify. 8 players has come to this play. They are now in the qualifier and it's going to be a fantastic format. Before introducing my co-host, Cube from Belgium, or also known as Arthur van Damen, one of the top players from Belgium, let's just have a small view of the format we're going to play today. Just have the players to join the service. No, just wait. Wait to the next commercial break and then join. Because you will get in studio now. And welcome back in studio. Let's get ready to rumble, and to help me guide us through this exciting day, let's meet Arthur, also known as Cube in the game. Arthur van Damen, welcome in studio. You're sitting in Belgium at the moment. It's Corona times. We have all been isolated, so this is the best we could. We couldn't invite you in studio, but you are here with us. What are we going to see today?
Yeah, well, today the conditions are perfect. I went on the virtual waters this morning and the weather was nice. We saw those clear waters, a nice breeze, 25 knots. So it's going to be a perfect racing day today.
Yeah, we had some of the players from last qualification coming in. Havuk, he qualified as number 1 in this race. As number 1, best serious score of 100. But how will he perform here? He is not winning any of the qualifications, either not the World Championship he's been part of. And there he also qualified as number 1. Will he win today, or is he an underdog in finals like this?
Yeah, I think for Havuk, it's really a bit the stress that he has, because you see him qualifying always in that top 3 or even first position. So it's a really great performance from him. And then from the moment he goes into that live final, he's just... He gets 4th and 5th places all over. So I think he's becoming frustrated of those places. And today we might see a very good performance from him.
He wants to qualify, and we have to say all 8 qualified to the World Championship playoffs in September just to be here in the qualifier final. But the winner will get into the grand final, where the winner of the grand final will win a direct spot for the World Championship. So there's much on stake. Cube, this is the format we're going to race today. Can you explain a little bit about it? Because it's the EF50, and in the EF50 we are going to race something called reach start.
Yeah, indeed, those reach starts are something very special, and certainly in those fast boats we see starts at over 40 knots, so it's at a really high speed, and you need to time to have a perfect timing to make sure that you hit that start line on the go. So it's really difficult, and we see a lot of players having a false start in the eSailGP of Sydney. So today it's going to be exactly the same. You need to nail it, perfectly right timing, And the start is really important for the race, rest of the race as well. So the start is really the whole 50% of the race. And then, of course, we have those upwind legs, which are also very difficult because of the boundaries. So we'll see some interesting things today.
And interesting is going to be, and one of the things we are going to see is who will join the winner of the eSailGP qualifier Sydney into the grand final, and that's what we are going to see in a few sec. When we are coming back to see who won actually the Sydney qualifier, to all of new viewers out there, then let's get ready to rumble.
So just a few seconds from the start, and remember they're trying to hit that that line on zero. Clack making headway here at the start, and Cruiserlater was over early. And they are over. It is go for race number 2 of the night. Cruiserlater getting a good start, closest to us, coming into the mark on this first reach. And it is so busy, so congested, but Cruiserlater sneaks round in first. 4 seconds to go, and they are away in the final, the match racing final here in Sydney. We go with the Spaniard Cruiserlater, who's had a terrific night here in Sydney.
And what an exciting race we are going to have in a few sec. The players are in the server. We are getting ready for it. Are you guys out there ready to rumble? And if you're sitting on eSailGP's Facebook, YouTube, or Virtual Regatta's Facebook, YouTube, or eSailing TV's channel, then you can write us direct in the chat up there. We can see what you're writing. Please cheer on them. Let's get ready to rumble. And Cube, this is you. We can see you are here with a picture down there. We're getting ready for race number 1. Will you please start it? And then let's see the players and have a small introduction of them. And we're getting into the race. And while we're getting in there, let's have a small presentation. This is the youngest skipper in today's race. It's Aidan Gordon. He's sitting in New Zealand. He was part of eSailGP Inspire program in Sydney, and see that cap. He is a top fan of this. Then one of the other players we have, Cube, is Roxy Joni. He's sitting in Lake Constance in Germany, in Überlingen. What do we know about him, Cube?
Well, I met Roxy Joni in real life actually last year, and he's a really nice guy, both on the water as in real life, and he's doing some nice things. Now it's his first qualification for the eSailGP, so I think he's very excited to be here.
But let's get ready. 10 seconds to start. The players are finding their position. Roxy Joni is caught behind, but will he get a good start in the middle? Penalty to Luka Kozlovic, penalty to Havuk. It's Roxy Joni from Germany with the best start. He is in the lead, but they're going into this reach mark and going downwind here in a few sec. Let's see that. Second place, Pepe D'Amato coming in.
A perfect start from Roxy Joni, and Bart Lambrug's just getting that penalty right at the mark rounding. Now Roxy Joni is very nicely in the lead now, picking that gate, that first downwind gate, and it looks like there will be a split between him and Pepe D'Amato going to the left, now tacking immediately, and we see Juan, the Spain GP grinder, in second position right now.
And this is interesting. People are saying games are only for gamers, but this is one of the eSailGP team players. It's the grinder of the Spanish eSailGP team, Juan Cardona, and he's currently in second. What a great job by him. But Pepe coming in here. They are doing this upwind race. Penalty to Roxy Joni. He must sit there down in Constance and be a little bit irritated. See there. So not smiling anymore. A German with a smile without a smile. What's going to happen, Cube, at the moment?
Well, right now we see Pepe D'Amato in a perfect position to control the rest, to control both Havuk and Joan Cardona. And that's exactly what he's doing right now. So he's stacking on top of them, not taking away their wind, but still in a good position to make sure that they can't pass him directly.
They are getting ready to come in and be ready to it here. It's Pepe D'Amato rounding that mark first. It's all about this rounding. And Cube, you are one of the top players from Belgium. What can happen in a rounding like this?
Well, in the game in eSailGP is sometimes a bit difficult with those mark roundings. So you have to calculate a quite big distance around the mark to not get a penalty. And yeah, we saw a lot of players get one because of that, because of rounding the mark too closely and then getting that penalty.
Yeah. We are seeing the top 3 players. It's Pepe D'Amato in the lead. But right now we have a view on Joan Cardona from Spanish eSailGP. See there, he's in second. He's being changed by Havuk from Turkey, the top player in eSailing. But who's in behind? It's Bartlett Briggs, the Olympic sailor in the 49er class. He's trying to qualify. He's part of the World Championships. He was also part of the World Championship 2019 Bermuda. Let's see here. They are splitting up a little bit. Who's choosing the best thing, Cube?
Right now it's a very difficult decision. Both sides are pretty even. And well, what we can see though is that Havuk is doing a nice move. So I think the right side might have been a bit better, but very difficult to see on the radar.
But right now, side by side, this is Joan Cardona. He's coming in here. He is currently in second. He's pressuring Pepe D'Amato, but it's Pepe D'Amato from the southern part of Italy. He is from the region of Puglia. He is in the lead, and there he tacks up towards the top mark. And Cube, will he take the win?
Yeah, well, right now Juan has a bit of a problem because of that boundary, so he had to go down, and now he's in the wind shadow of Pepe D'Amato. So this is a very nice position for Pepe to stay in front of him. And Havuk, well, Havuk is still in third position, and now having to tack before Roxy Joni. Roxy Joni with that penalty in the first upwind, but now coming back completely in third position.
But Roxy taking third, taking over Havuk's place. Pepe D'Amato in the lead. Joan Cardona in second. Roxy Joni in third. Just sneaks in front of Havuk. First loser. We haven't spoken about him. It's Dean. He's a pilot and he's from Australia. But see here, the leading boats. Let's see top 3 coming in. We are currently watching Roxy Joni, but it's going to be a win for Pepe D'Amato. Let's see how happy he is with that. Nobody can touch him. See there, a stone face. Maybe he's cheering. Oh, he's a little bit relieved there. And then we have Johan coming in. He's coming in second, and he's also a little bit pleased. See what a winning look there, coming in that victory. That's a cool win. The next position, it's Luka Kostovic, the young magician from Trieste. He is currently in the last position, and he's not satisfied about that. See, going all the way up to the camera and winning that. Not happy with this race. But let's see the winner. This is Pepe D'Amato. Pepe won it. I don't know why the computer is saying it. We saw it with our own eyes. Pepe won the race. Second place to Joan Cardona from Spain. Roxy Joni in second. Roxy Joni in third. Havuk in fourth. First loser fifth. Bartlett Briggs 6. Aidan Gordon 7. And Luka Kostovic 8. And now we can't see the stats, but Roxy Joni actually had the best start. The German here, see, he's sitting here. He's actually leading the stats, Cube. And leading the stats and not winning, that's quite amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's all because of that penalty. We saw a really nice comeback from Jonathan. And, well, he did a very nice job there. So I think Pepe D'Amato had a bit of luck to get that nice gate rounding, that first gate rounding, and then being able to give that penalty to Roxy Joni put him into that first position, and he could manage to hold it So a very nice job from him.
Yeah. Let's try to get live into Pepe, winner of the race. Pepe, what a victory you had there. How does it feel to win race number 1? You also did that last time.
Yes, I don't know. I feel very, very calm and comfort. So I play like, very calm and focused on the race, and
But
that's all.
Yeah, but it was a good win you had there. Really controlling Jorn. And when you raced this race, what was your biggest fear in there?
Yeah, so it's not easy because we are all strong players. Yeah, it's the level is very high, and the boat it's so difficult to manage. But I'll try to do my best as always. That's
Yeah. And while we just saw Pepe there, great job, Pepe. All the best of luck in the next races. Then let's go in and see the stats. See, there we have the stats. We are using a program called Sail Ranks, and in here we can see Pepe D'Amato with a victory is getting 10 points. Jorn Cardona is getting 9 points. Roxy Joni, Jonathan Koch from Germany, 8 points. Havuk 7. First loser 6. Bartlam Briggs 5. Adrian Gordon 4. And Luka Koslovic, the young magician, is a little bit under pressure. He is in with 3 points, getting 8. It's only 3 races back to back, so they really need to speed up their level. They really need to actually perform in these 3 races, and that's what's making this format so damn hard. We're getting ready for race number 2 in a few sec, but to those of you that doesn't know what everything is about, this is what SailGP is.
3, 2, 1. A brand new sailing adventure. 1 minute 35. What are you thinking? 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Looks like they're gone. No, the tip of the wing is in the water.
It doesn't get any more extreme than that.
Right behind it, straight over the top of Japan, and he's very close once again. Draper just getting thrown out of his position there.
Still plenty to play for him. Here we go, boys.
They are coming down here in an absolute beauty of a gust.
GBR's capsized.
It's time to get up and party. Australia is the 2019 SailGP champion.
And we are getting ready for race number 2 that's coming up. Let's go in and see it. Here we see Pepe D'Amato. He is ready for race number 2. He's sitting there breathing hard. We don't want to pressure him a little bit, Q, but the race is going to start now. So let's see how he will perform in race number 2. And Q, what do you think? Will he survive this pressure?
Well, I mean, everything can happen, and again, it's a bit based on luck, but a lot based on those nice and steady performances. And well, Pepe has certainly the ability to do that. So we might see a second win from him or a second good position. So everything is possible.
Yeah. Right now we are watching Bartlam Briggs. See how relaxed he is. He's sitting in his couch, playing on his mobile phone while we can see it here. He's a little bit under pressure. He's getting his second penalty already. 16 seconds before start. That will slow him down. But see who's sneaking away. It's Jorn Cardona from SailGP Spain. Will he take a win in race number 2? Race number 2 coming up. Let's see who is winning this one. A good start here. It's Dean first loser. False start. No, it's Pepe D'Amato with a false start. The winner of the last race cube is dropping down. But in the lead, it's Dean from Australia. He is winning this leg at the moment. He's followed by Roxy Joni from Germany. And what happened there in the start?
it looked like Murphy's Law struck again. I mean, he had a very good position and was positioned very high on the start line. But yeah, just that fraction of a second too early.
Penalty to the Spaniard player. Made by Havuk. He's under pressure. They don't want him to win. He's a eSailGP sailor. He's a grinder on the team. And right now, he's been pushed down in position 4 in that rounding. Aidan Gordon, the youngest player today, sitting in New Zealand. See how focused he is, relaxing on the bed. Can he come back in this race? What to do, Q? What to do in these upwind races?
In those upwind, of course, you have to make sure that you don't get a penalty. Those are very costly, but they are costly at every moment in the race. But then, following the leader is, of course, not an option, because then you can never, reach to them back again. So it's you have to sail your own course, and sometimes that's very difficult, certainly when you have those boundaries and when you can't do everything you want to do.
Here we have Pepe D'Amato in the picture. He's currently in 4th. And what happened while we are sailing here? The young magician Luka Kostovic lost connection. Let's just go to studio, see how disappointed he is. There he is. Luka, what happened? You lost connection in Italy. And we are getting ready for the next one. But let's see Pepe. He needs to battling. He's dropping to 7, coming up to the mark rounding. But still,
in first position, we see something very interesting. Roxy Joni managed to get back into that lead.
Yeah.
Now with a what is that? Yeah, that is a lead of 200 meters, an extremely big lead from him. So he did a very nice upwind, second upwind, and I think he's taking revenge for that penalty in the first race.
So the youth Champions League sailor from Germany, Lake Constance from Überling. He is in the lead. He's a German with a smile. We saw a video with him earlier where he sent in who he is as a person. And he's leading this race. That's interesting. Dean from Australia in first, loser in second, and Sius in third. That's Havuk. And 4th, he's been pressing down Jon Gardona. He needs to come back, and Pepe D'Amato in 5th. And Cube, they're going upwind now. How can they come back in this race?
Well, right now, if we look at the radar, it looks like the wind is again coming very straight from the top. So no big wind shifts as we are used to them in virtual regatta. So it's pretty even, and it's really a matter of having some nice tacks, making sure you stay out of that wind shadow, and then trying to have some good legs towards the upwind mark.
But right now, Pepe D'Amato sneaking away from Jon Gardona, and he's actually getting into 4th, so he must be very pleased. The Italian had a false start, starting in last position, now in 4th. Will he keep that position when they're coming up to the mark?
Yeah, it looks like Havuk has stacked on Pepe D'Amato to control him a bit, because, well, we see on the radar a small shift coming from the left, which might be a good one for him. So Havuk is just staying in front of him, tacking on top of him, and now trying to make sure that he can't...
But see, first loser coming in front of them, starboard tack. They're going behind him, but in the lead, it's still the German. It's Roxy Joni, Jonathan Koch from Überling. He's sitting there so focused. He needs to concentrate, race to that reach marks. He has time. He's smiling. He knows it's a secured win. And now the battle for second comes in. No, Pepe D'Amato with a penalty. There we go. He's not satisfied with that, sitting there in the southern part of Italy at the moment. Cube, what a battle. Havuk and first loser coming in. Who will win it?
Well, first loser is at the moment in a very good position to just make that jump and around the mark. So if he doesn't make any mistakes there, he'll probably take it. But Havuk is really close. So, we see no penalty. So it's a second place for first loser.
But a win
Havuk
for Roxy Joni coming in there. See, the arm is up in at home. And in 7 must be a little bit unsatisfied. That is Butler Briggs. Let's try to go to the Netherlands. See there, he's coming in the camera. He's not satisfied about that. He's not that relaxed anymore. A little bit under pressure. But let's see the leader. Here he is on the picture. Roxy Joni, he's so glad. A German with a smile, winning this race. First loser Dean, a pilot from Australia, actually the grand old man, the grandmaster of this game. He's over 50 years old in second. Havuk from Turkey, Jon Cardona in fourth, Pepe D'Amato fifth, Adrian Gordon, the youngest players in sixth, Bartlett Briggs 7, and the young magician from Trieste, lost connection. Luca, what happened? What happened? He's not that satisfied sitting there just watching that result. But let's see that it is. Let's see the stats. What can you tell about these stats here for us, Cube?
Well, I think we see a very nice performance from Roxy Joni with that shortest disc. So you saw in that second upwind how he extended his lead from over 200 meters to more than 300. So a very nice performance to him. Of course, he had a free course, no one around him, so he could do whatever he want. And well, he took that chance and made sure he had a perfect win. But then at the start, we saw a whole other thing. We saw first loser actually having a very good start, but then falling back at that first mock rounding and in the rest of the race.
Yeah. And let's go through to Roxy Joni. How does it feel to win one of these qualifying races, Roxy?
It's amazing. It's amazing. But I had really to laugh. My family is sitting in the next room. You scream, and we're screaming, "Oh, hey!" And yeah, it's really nice to sail against these good skippers. And let's wait for the next race.
Yeah, it's going to be quite exciting because this scoring in this race is switching up and down on the results. For race number 2, the winner of the first race came in the last positions. So actually, we are quite interesting to see if you go into the leading position with this one after the scoreboard has been raised up. And Roxy, let me just show you one funny thing. It's not to put pressure on you, just we will still have you on live. Roxy Joni, he is currently in the lead with 18 points. So he's 2 points ahead of Jon Cardona. Pepe D'Amato also with 16 points. Havuk with 15. First loser with 50. So all these 4 players has a chance to end up in top 2. So the pressure is on. Roxy Joni is going to be under pressure. And Cube, what we're seeing Roxy doing here, we still have him here in the studio. Do you think this young German who has a dream of winning the eSailGP Championship 2020 can perform in the next race?
I think he did a very nice job as being the underdog without any major wins or major qualifications under his name. Now he managed to do a very steady performance, and with that third and first place, he really showed that he's the one to beat right now. The underdog, nobody looks after him, but then he comes out of nowhere and suddenly wins the race. And actually the first race he was also in a very good position at the start, so we might see a very good performance from him, but it's still open. So one bad move, one bad start can still change the whole course.
That's a good analytics there, Cube. We are getting ready for race number 3, but like Roxy, like Jon Cardona, like Pepe D'Amato, Havuk first loser, Adrian Gordon, Bartlett Briggs, and Luka Koclevich. There's a lot of reactions when they're playing, and this is how it is at the moment. We can see the players having some issues joining the game, so we'll just take a small commercial break and let's see what's coming in. Let's get ready to race number 3.
That was tough. Yeah. Aiden, that was awesome, mate. You're all good? You're a bit quiet, Aiden. That was sick. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, regardless. H1. Nice to work, boys. Very good. Oh, that was a bummer. Yeah. It was good fun, but just... Nice work though, boys, that's alright. Not a bad first day racing. Yeah. She wasn't pretty, but we got there. That last one as well.
And we are ready with race number 3 coming up. 1 minute to the start. One of the players we haven't seen perform that much today and being a little bit unlucky is the young magician from Trieste. He's 16 years old, the youngest qualified player ever to a World Championship, but he's secured to be in the playoffs. But we have a battle against Jon Cardona. We have a battle with Havuk. From Turkey, sitting in Istanbul at the moment, IT technicians, and then we have Pepe D'Amato, southern part of Italy. He's sitting there. He's so focused at the moment. 30 seconds to the start. But in the lead, it is the German Roxy Joni, and who will we see of those 4 players in the match race? 15 seconds, Cube. What to do? Short analytics. Where to be is the best place.
I think Jon Cardona right now is in a good position, but he might be a bit too far from the sideline. So we will see how good he can time it.
Pepe
on the other hand,
taking a chance.
Pepe, yeah.
He's first over the starting line. He meets business now. So let's see the Italian here coming around that mark first. He's in the lead, but now it's going to be exciting. Will there be a penalty? Pepe first loser second. Jon coming third. Adrian Gordon. Then we have Luca Havuk with a penalty. He's out of the lead. Roxy Joni under pressure. He's in 5th place. But see, Pepe D'Amato and Jon Cardona is getting ready to be in the top lead. Let's see that rounding here. Pepe, they're splitting up. Jon going to the opposite side. Aiden Gordon. Penalty to Luka Koslovic. Not his day. Roxy Joni sneaks up and takes 4th. He must be very happy about that. Cube, this is very close race. Penalty!
Indeed, it's very close. And
getting
a
a
lot of
penalty.
penalties there, yeah.
Yeah, by Jon Cardona. And he's so focused. See, he's watching that down there. Whoosh. So we have a new leading boat. Aiden Gordon, the young Kiwi guy. He's in the lead. And see, so focused. He's brought on the hat now just to focus on eSailGP. Let's see. How can Roxy come in here? He's in 3rd. Jon in 2nd.
Yeah, if Roxy Joni can manage to hold this position, then he's in that final because Aiden Gordon has, he doesn't have enough points to make it to those final 2 spots. But it's going to be a battle between Roxy Joni and first loser on the other side because they are both on almost the same height. So it will be an interesting upwind mark rounding, and then the downwind will show us a bit more how good the leads are.
But see how close. Aiden Gordon still in the lead. And 2nd place, we have him in the picture, Jon Cardona. And 3rd, Roxy Joni is under pressure by first loser. But the leader is still the key young Kiwi from the Aspire sailing program. He's in the lead. 2nd place, Jon Cardona. 3rd place, Roxy Joni. First loser coming close. Luca coming in. Havuk giving up. He's in 7. He has no chance to come back. But we also need to keep an eye on Pepe D'Amato. So close of qualifying. He needs to get that 4th position. He needs to go in front of Roxy or Jon Cardona. And how will he do that, Cube? Will he have a chance now?
He's going to the right side at the moment. So we saw on the left side of the course much more wind. And you can see it on the radar as well. So probably in the upwind, they will try to go to that side and make sure to have a nice speed there. Yeah. But right now we see Jon Cardona actually tacking into that light wind zone. So we might see some interesting tactics there.
Yeah, he's tacking into lighter wind. We can watch the radar in the top left corner. The light area of the radar is lighter wind. The dark area is dark. But see, he's going into a starboard tack to pressure Roxy Joni and attack the young Kiwi. There is in the lead. Pepe D'Amato in 4th. He's getting closer and closer, pushing it to the limit at the moment.
Yeah, now it's Roxy Joni doing the same. Roxy Joni going to that light wind zone. So he has, if we compare the speeds, we can see that there is still a big difference. But it looks like he has a nice wind shift, and actually he's closing the gap between him and Jon Cardona. So he might even take the 2nd spot.
Yeah. It's Aiden Gordon in the lead. The Kiwi guy comes back. He wants to show that he's in the lead of this game. but he can't do a difference. He cannot qualify to the match race, but what a finish by him if he keeps that position. Then we have an interesting battle. It's Pepe D'Amato, Jan Cardona, and Jan, we have him here in picture. Then Roxy Joni, 3 players battling it like a match race, side by side. Who will go into the final?
A very nice move there from Juan Cardona, making sure he covers Roxy Joni so he doesn't get that second spot. And now if he can round, yes, and he does, he rounds that mark. And now he's in a steady lead in front of Roxy Joni to finish second and to claim a spot in the final match race.
And Pepe D'Amato, he just penalized first loser, coming in fourth. Is that good enough for him? Aidan Gordon, he's going to win this race. The young Kiwi guy, he's here sitting in New Zealand playing. He's so satisfied about it. Second place, Jan Cardona. Roxy Joni in third, Pepe D'Amato in fourth. This is going to be very close. Will it be Pepe we are seeing here? Or will it be Jan Cardona we are going to see in the match race? Match race coming up. But let's have a view on this Kiwi guy who is actually winning this race. Aidan, if you come a little bit closer to the camera, we will be very pleased to see you there. We will go through him in a few sec and have an interview with him. But see here, Aidan Gordon winning race number 3. Jan Cardona in second, Roxy Joni in third, Pepe D'Amato in fourth, first loser fifth, Havuk sixth, and Luka Koslovic again losing that last position. He lost connection and getting lost, and also we have lost connection to Bottom Bricks. So both of them out of the race, getting maximum score. But here's the stats cube. What can we say about this?
We see the first thing I'm seeing right now is that we see a lot of players, except from Pepe D'Amato. all the names are different. So, well, we had a good start from Pepe D'Amato, but of course, well, there he got that penalty, and that caused them to fall back into a bad position. But he managed to climb back up, and well, we saw Havuk actually having problems during the whole race. He had the best max speed, but still not good enough to manage to climb back into that top 3 position, which he had to get before going into that final match race.
But we can see Havuk almost hitting that 50 knots barrier there. 49.3 knots. That's amazing. But Pepe got 3 penalties. It's saying 5, but we only counted 3 penalties, and that's why he's losing. But let's say, can you explain a little bit about this here, Cube? Because here we can see where the battle was won and lost, and it was at the top mark actually. The first downwind, it's the second downwind race. We saw the difference. Pepe getting a penalty up there. He was in the lead.
Yeah, and also look at that jump from Roxy Joni having well, one of the worst starts, but then in the downwind leg, so after the first reaching mark, he managed to climb back up into that 3rd position, I think. And well, then he he managed to climb back up to 4th, and then in the upwind, he got that 3rd position and managed to hold it the whole race. But also Joan Cardona really having a steady performance, going into second position and then holding it towards the finish. So a very good performance from him.
Yeah. Let's have an interview with the winner of race number 3 before we are seeing who's going into the match race. Welcome in studio, Aidan Gordon. Welcome from New Zealand.
Hey.
How was it to race these 3 races back to back as one of the youngest participants ever in this race?
Well, it was pretty difficult. The first 2 races I stuffed up the start completely. That's why I was so far behind in the races, but I managed to get a better start on the 3rd race, which set me off for the rest of the race, so that was good.
But amazing performance for you, winning over Roxy Joni, Pepe D'Amato, Havuk, Luka Koslovic, Bartlett Briggs. All of them either been part of the World Championship before, or actually going in and being some of the top players qualifying to the last qualifier also. How does it feel? Doesn't it give you some confidence for the future?
Yeah, it feels quite.
Yeah.
Because these guys are all so good, and it's quite hard to race against.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same in the
Yeah. And how was it to be a part of the Aspire program at eSailGP in Sydney? We know you were part of that.
Oh yeah, I was a part of this Qualifier program for the career side, and I started off boat building, but then I got taken on by Team Denmark for like 3 days and helped them. Yeah, it was really good.
Thank you. Congratulations with the win in this third race. But let's see if it's good enough for you to coming in to the final. We will see that in a few seconds when we are getting ready to see the scoreboard. And we will just go in and find the scoreboard. It's coming up here. It's wow. I have to say it to you guys, it couldn't be closer. Let's see the scoreboard. It's coming in here. And Cube, what a result. Roxy Joni, 26 points in the match race final against Jon Cardona from Spanish eSailGP team. Pepe D'Amato, 23 points. First loser, 21 points. Havuk, Aiden Gordon, 19 points. And unlucky for Bartlett Briggs and Luka Koslovic, they lost connection in the last race. So it's not their day on the virtual waters. But what a performance, Cube, huh?
Roxy Joni really showed what he's worth. And yeah, a very steady performance, always into that top 3, a bit like Cruiselator had in the eSailGP Sydney. So we see some similar things, but let's see if we'll see the same thing in the final as well against Jon Cardona.
And we will be back with the final in a few seconds. We'll just take a break. And when we're speaking about how these virtual boats are sailing downwind, then enjoy this fantastic video about how the sails are made in the eSailGP boat in the F50 in real life.
Biggest change for season 2 is brand new wings.
It's completely different. It feels different. It feels different to sail.
It all moves much faster and much more efficiently and with a lot more control.
It's going to be a lot faster. It's going to change the game.
Effectively, it's a year's worth of design. The objective has been to increase the range, the wind speed range that we can sail the boats effectively.
Wing 2.0 has been a major project. What we've learned over time is that to build a wing takes just as long as it does to build a platform or a yacht. So the Wing 2.0 is at the moment in 2 modular configuration with the design drawn for a 3rd.
With the previous wings, you were sort of stuck with that 24-metre height for all the conditions, and as we know in sailing, you never get the same conditions 2 days in a row, so you've got to sort of be able to adapt for that.
We have our first wing is out of the door of Core Builders now. It's been assembled today for the first time ever with the flaps on. And this afternoon they're starting to operationally use it and check the systems. So what we're looking at here is essentially the centre of the wing and how the new wing operates. Instead of looking in here and seeing a lot of rigging and carbon cables and parts that are adjusting flaps and everything, we're using hydraulic oil and hydraulic rams to adjust the control arms that are used on the flaps.
This wing is a massive step up from the previous wings. In layman's terms, it's faster. So the previous wings were designed so that you couldn't control where the wing was going to finish. You couldn't program that into the wing. So the wing trimmer had to stop or take his finger off the button when it finished in exactly the right spot, which means you're going to have to look at the wing all the time to put it in the right position. This wing, you can program it to do whatever you want. So you can have one button press and it goes to a position that is what you require. And it's just literally one touch.
So far we've done 4 days with the new wing, just to test it and structurally test the systems and really, I guess, bring it up to that sort of race speed and race pace to make sure everything's going to function when they all get plugged into all 7 boats for season 2.
The team at Core have done an exceptional job. The designers and the boat builders have done a marvellous work. Obviously going from the 24 to the 18 metre is going to change a lot of things. Less drag, I feel like these boats are going to go fast. With the 18-metre wing on, I really feel in the right conditions that we'll see every single team break 50 knots.
I think that the main driver behind the Wing 2.0 project is SailGP's ethos or motto to continue developing and to be at the leading edge of our sport. What we started with a year ago, we were told by many people, even within our industry, was not possible. We're proud of the fact that we made it happen in 2019 and we pulled off what we did. But we're not going to stop there, we have to keep moving forward. So this is the aim behind a new wing, that trying to change and trying to adapt our configuration so that we can sail every single day. So if you purchase a ticket to come and watch SailGP, we aim to be out there to put a race on for you.
And welcome back in studio. What a first good 3 races we have been watching, but let's meet up with the players. Let's have a small interview with them, how they feel, how they have it. And we can see here, this is Roxy Joni and Jon Cardona. Congratulations to go into the match race final, guys.
Thank you, Thomas.
So who of you are the favorite? Oh, that's somebody just joining in. Yeah, I love when that's happening. We're just moving him out of the studio again. So there we are. So who is the favorite in the game?
I think for sure he is. No, I'm not playing that much, so I'm very lucky to be here in the match race final. So I will just need to have fun and see what comes next.
Yeah, but you're used to the pressure. Jon Cardona, you're used to it. You're a top professional sailor in the SailGP. So how does it feel to qualify in this virtual world?
It's great. I love the game. I think also it's quite well done, the game, and very realistic. So I'm having a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm glad to be here in the match race final.
Yeah. And Roxy Joni, Jonathan Koch. He is all the way from Überlingen, Germany, southern part of Germany, the Lake Constance, also known as Bodensee. You also used to sail. You have sailed since you were 6 years old. So now you're in the lead of the virtual league here. Can you do anything about this SailGP guy on the side of you?
We will see. I don't feel the eSailGP professional sailor, so let's have some fun. Let's have a good match race, and the best will win.
Yeah, the best will win. But Roxy, you are known as a German with a smile, and I know you want to talk yourself down as an underdog, but both of you, I've been watching both of you for the last year. Jon, you're also known as a Coldurian or Coldurian in the game. You have been part of this virtual online international club for a long time, and the same thing you have, Roxy. So both of you know each other quite well. We're going into a match race. So where is your focus, Jon? Where's the focus in this match race? What will you do to win the match race?
I think we'll see. The focus is on beating the other. Doesn't matter anything else. You just need to beat the other one and be better than him.
Yeah, being better than him. And Roxy, any advice for people out there? How will you try to win this race?
I guess it's the final, so everything is allowed. Be a dirty race, and let's see how it goes.
I love to hear that. This is an e-sport. It's a mix of sailing and e-sport. All the best of luck to both of you guys. And Cube, do you have anything to say to them before they're going into the final?
Well, give those penalties, guys. I mean, we are excited and we want to see action.
Cube is saying penalize each other if you have the chance. We will be back after a small commercial break. We are playing in a virtual world at the moment. This is eSailGP in virtual regatta inshore, and when the boats are sailing underwater, of course they are also powered by a lot of electronics, and who else than Tesla is here to help them.
The boats are powered by battery. We have a lot of electronics and hydraulics and everything, all the pumps and hydraulic pumps run off battery power. So the only thing that's not powered by battery is the actual wing winch, which we have grinders that control that. The batteries are extremely important. It's kind of like our lifeline. If we don't have batteries that are charged, if we get low, nothing on the boat functions. So it's as simple as that. So previous season, we had generators that kind of ran overnight, that would charge our batteries on site. Now we have a container, 40-foot container, and there's a big bunch of solar panels, and basically during the day that charges the Tesla batteries, and then overnight we charge our boat batteries. So looking to be a lot more sustainable.
Charging through solar panels, it takes the same amount of time, but it's clean. So we're not running off diesel generators. We're using the power of the sun to charge these things, and it's a massive step up for us in terms of sustainability. Obviously, last year was our first season, and we were on a massive learning curve. And we've taken what we learned from last season and applied it to now, and this is where we've ended up. With the current racking system that we have, we've basically set it up so that each team has 4 batteries, so we can charge 32 batteries at any one time, all at the same time, all on the same level. So the capacity and the reserve energy that we have within the system is massive.
This setup, basically it's got to be completely mobile. We're only here for, like this regatta, we're here for 3.5 weeks. So everything comes in on the container, comes out, and has to be packed away within 3 weeks and off on the next ship to our next event.
As far as I'm aware, we're the first people to try it. We are trialling it on this container only at the moment, but the plan is we'll get some data from this event and roll it out across a broader scale within the eSailGP group.
Our boats are powered by the wind, but now our batteries are charged by the sun. But we obviously want to be carbon neutral come 2025. This is a step in the right direction.
You can start the race now. And welcome back in Virtual Regatta in short. This is eSailGP 2020, the final coming up. It's a match race in between Roxy Joni from Germany. He's here. He is sitting. Then we have this small buck. So we need to get ready for it again. So we will be in the race in a few seconds. Let's do as fast as we can coming in so we don't miss the start. We're getting ready to see the start. It's Jon Cardona against Roxy Joni. 2 experienced sailors in real life. They are side by side here. And a penalty to Jon Cardona. That's more of a psychological war, because it's all about getting a good start. And now it's all about coming to that start line. And Cube, interesting start here we're going to have.
Yeah, very interesting start. And also what we can see is that they are staying away from each other. I think they're a bit afraid of those penalties right now, and they are trying to hit that start on their own timing, and not look after the other one.
Roxy Joni approaching. No, it's Jon Cardona. He's behind. He's coming with speed. Roxy Joni a little bit slow. No false start. No, Roxy Joni with a false start for the German. So the Spanish boat going ahead. So he's not doing a penalty. See, Roxy is not satisfied about that. So Jon, he just needs to focus on his game. Will we have a eSailGP sailor in the grand final here? What can Roxy Joni do to come back in the race, Cube?
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like a very, very bad situation for Roxy Joni. He's really hoping for a mistake from Jon Cardona, or maybe a disconnect, I don't know. But it has to be something bad from his side. Otherwise, it's race over for Roxy Joni after such a nice performance in those 3 first races. Well, those false starts, they can happen, and it's very annoying. But certainly here, where it's all about that start and all about staying close to each other.
We also see that on the real waters. If they are doing a false start or getting a penalty in the start, this means they will have to have a slowdown in the real eSailGP. But here, Roxy Joni has one chance to follow the wind, because he's only 200 meters behind, and we have seen players taking over 200 meters before, but these players are in top level, Cube.
Yeah, indeed. Those comebacks from more than 200 meters, they are really rare. And if we see them, it's mostly likely to see them between a bad and a good player. But here, those guys know what they are doing. And even if they just control each other, if one controls Roxy Joni, then he can win it without any problem. So it's not the greatest thing for him, for Roxy Joni. I think he's not that happy now. But yeah, those things can happen, and they can happen in real sailing as well. So he has to live with it and try to well, he can still hope for a mistake from Juan Cardona.
Yeah. But
maybe we'll see something.
But we have to say, Roxy Joni took a chance. Unlucky to him. That chance was 0.4 seconds coming over the starting line with under half a second. And that means everything in this race. That means he had to turn around and go back. He's currently 450 meters behind. The grinder of the Spanish eSailGP team. He is here. Look at those beautiful sails. He's focused on not doing a penalty and mistake at this gate rounding. No, no, no. But everything can happen. If he's getting too close, getting a penalty, it can be game over for him actually. But Roxy Joni, he needs to focus on getting maximum speed all the way.
Yeah, it looks like one is really making nice large mark roundings to not get any penalty by accident. But I think even one penalty wouldn't be enough for Roxy Joni to come back. The distance between those two boats is really big. Yeah. So magic can happen, but right now it looks like we'll have our SailGP in the eSailGP final.
Yeah. So a SailGP sailor in the grand final of eSailGP. That's exciting because people are saying a game like this is not for sailors, but we know a secret. All the top sailors in the world are also top sailors in virtual regatta inshore. And Cube, normally people saying, hey, this game doesn't look like real sailing, but how realistic is it with the tactics and strategy?
Well, yeah, of course, you don't have the same conditions. You don't have waves or current or things like that. But you have to look over it and just see it as a sport on its own, as a sailing sport on its own. And then it becomes a real nice thing with wind shifts, wind gusts, wind shadow. So they thought about a lot of things while making this game. And I think it's a success.
Yeah. But we have to say, it looks like we're having two Spanish in the final. See, he's all relaxed. He's laying back on the camera. Jan Cardona, he's getting ready. Let's see that arms when he's rounding that reach mark. He's smiling. And Roxy Joni, he's not a German with a smile anymore, but he's still, what a performance by the German. So close of getting in. He came in as an underdog, and he actually came second. So we might see him, but there is the arm up. The Spaniard is winning. Jan Cardona, Spanish SailGP team, winning the match race, going into the grand finale. That is an amazing. Arms up, he's so happy. See that there. And Roxy Joni, so close of them. Guys, just before, it's his mates coming in and hugging. They are there. It's only two Spanish in the final. In the grand final. Yeah, that's great. We love to see those scenes there. Amazing job, guys. But before ending up with the guys, let's get them in studio. Let's just hear them. Let's see that we have sound on them. Roxy, you took a chance. You have to take a chance in a final. So close, you actually had a good start. How does it feel to come all this way and get second?
Of course, I'm really disappointed about myself at the start. Yeah, but big congratulations to Joan. He got a good series, and yeah, so I have to fight again next time.
Yeah, of course we will see you again next time. And Jan Cardona, congratulations, a real SailGP sailor, a grinder from the Spanish SailGP team in the grand final, in the virtual game also. Congratulations, that's good job.
Thank you very much. I want also to congratulate him because of the good rivalry. He did a very good series. with all podium finishes. So also he deserved to win here, but he was a bit unlucky at the start, and these things can happen also in real life. So you have to deal with it.
Yeah, and that's how it is. And both of you are top sailors. Roxy Jr., you're sailing the German Bundesliga. Jon Cardona, you're sailing in the SailGP team. So guys, you're used to this pressure. You're used to be here. What a match! Fantastic. Thank you for that. And guys, when we'll be back in a few sec. Only with Jon in studio. We'll have a small interview with you. Roxy Jr., thank you for participating. Let's hope we see you in the final next time. There will be a pop-up final coming up soon. Here's a small commercial of how you can see all the stats about all the stats we are seeing actually in the game here also, and see that on the real SailGP. Download the SailGP app, and that's how you do. And welcome back in studio. What a race we just had there. And let's have a really good interview with the winner. Of course, the winner, a SailGP grinder from the Spanish SailGP team. Jon, congratulations. And I saw your friends, is that your teammates jumping in the picture and hugging and giving you a high five? How does it feel to have live audience on it also?
It makes it a bit more pressure always, but I think it's nice. I'm used to the pressure, so I like it. And I think this time I deal good with it, and I managed to win.
Yeah. 2 Spaniards in the grand finale. Is that because in Spain you guys are really practicing? We have been seeing all the Spains and the Spanish Federation embracing e-sailing and doing together with the community. Is that why you guys are so good? Or is just in the blood of the Spaniards to be a good sailor?
I think it's good. With Cruzolator, we were training yesterday night. We were doing some match racing, some other fleet races with 8 boats to simulate the same as today. And he gave me some tips that I'm very grateful for that, and for sure it helped me. And yeah, I think we are doing very good job working all together, trying to make we try to make all the Spanish good between us. We try to help each other, and I think it's great for the Spanish community to have the first 2 finalists from Spain.
Yeah, amazing. Then we also have to make a video with you, like we have a video with Cruzolator, you Spanian companion in the grand finale. And that's amazing. And what's the next we're going to see with you? How does it go with SailGP? We don't going to see you in San Francisco, but we're going to see you on the water anyhow.
Yeah, at the moment, I think everything is a bit, no one knows what will really happen with this coronavirus. But from the moment San Francisco is cancelled, so we are focused on New York now, and also I'm doing Olympic campaign with the fin. I'm also now focused on the fin, and let's see what comes next. And every day by day is changing everything with this coronavirus, but we stay positive, we stay calm, and we keep training.
Yeah, as we are saying here in studio in Denmark, and that is stay safe, stay home, have fun. And what the Spanish community and the Spanish sailors are doing is playing Virtual Regatta inshore. Congratulations with the victory, Jon Cardona. We are looking forward to see you in the grand final. Have you any tips or anything you want to say to all your Spanish fans around the world?
I just would like to say thank you for all the support, and have fun with the game. It's a really good game. I think everything is very well done. Have fun with it, and let's meet in the water next time.
Thank you for that. Have a good evening and a good day, and congratulations again. And Cube, what a race we had there. What an experience we had today with Jon Cardona and rest of the team. Congratulations to the Spains. why do you think he won today?
I think it's the same as Roxy Joni. They were both having very steady performances throughout the three first races, and well, certainly in that third race where he managed to grab onto that same position and hold it till the end, there you could see, okay, he's capable of doing a lot of things. And well, in the final, of course, he had a bit of luck with the false start from Roxy Joni, but still, even if they would have had a good start, it would have been a very, very thrilling race and a very nice performance from him. You know, Thomas, I can't wait to get to August, to get to that big grand final, because those guys, everyone, we saw Cruiselator, now we see Juan, they are really showing such a high level, and I can't wait to see 8 boats of the same level together in one race.
8 boats of the top sailors, and the most impressive part of this is in this qualifier we had a lot of new faces coming up, so get ready for the next pop-up qualifier that will be here in April. Guys and skippers around the world, go out and hunt and practice this EF50. Top 8 qualifies direct to the playoffs in September for the World Championship, and the winner goes into the grand final and has a chance to win a direct spot for the World Championship. And we don't know where that's going to be yet, but it's going to happen either end of October or start of December. Cube, thank you for joining in the studio today. What a pleasure to have you in here. Any advice to the skippers around the world to practice this race?
Well, I think just find some friends, because the EF50, you can't race it a lot, you can't train a lot on it, so just find some friends, invite them over into a practice race and just practice. I mean, everyone can do it, and as you were just saying, we saw a lot of new faces here. Okay, they were from a very high level, but still, you can get a chance to get into that top 8 and to get here to meet us and to have a thrilling performance here.
Yeah, thank you for that, Cube. We will talk to you later. Have fun in Belgium. Then we will say goodbye here from Denmark. Cheers out, Cube.
Bye.
That was an amazing final we just had there. I hope you enjoyed this show. Please like and follow eSailGP on the platforms Virtual Regatta Inshore. And of course also, if you want to see more action directly live from the e-sailing world, then follow eSailing TV. Thank you for joining in. And Jan is going to play the grand final against this guy, his fellow companion from Spain. His name is Cruiselator. Cheers out, take care, stay safe, stay home, have fun.
So just a few seconds from the start, and remember they're trying to hit that that line on 0. Clack making headway here at the start, and Cruiselator was over early. And they are over. It is go for race number 2 of the night. Cruiselator getting a good start, closest to us, coming into the mark on this first reach. And it is so busy, so congested, that Cruiselator sneaks round in first. Four seconds to go. And they are away in the final, the match racing final here in Sydney. We go with the Spaniard Cruiselator, who's had a terrific night here in Sydney.